Cha Young is an ordinary high school student, until one day when she receives some unexpected news. Because of her grandfather's will, she must marry the unendurable Crown Prince Li Shin, who also happens to attend her high school. Cha Young initially resists the proposal before reluctantly agreeing to marry him to help her debt-ridden family. As she struggles to adapt herself to royal life, learning proper manners and taking on the duties of palace life while dealing with a disagreeable husband. Set at a famous high school for the super wealthy, this is a puppy love story centered on a poor girl and the F4 gang of rich kids headed by the rough and fearless Koo Junpyo. Gum Jandi is a girl from a poor family but has an unrivaled sense of optimism and drive and is by chance admitted to a prestigious private high school. There she meets the infamous group of 4 good-looking and rich boys who are known as F4. The group's leader is Koo Junpyo, who is a spoiled heir to the world-leading conglomerate Shinhwa. He is joined by mysterious and breathlessly handsome Yoon Ji-hoo, So Lee-jong, and Song Woo-bin. The drama tells the story of Kim Joo-won, an arrogant and eccentric CEO who maintains the image of seeming perfection, and Gil Ra-im, a poor and humble stunt woman whose beauty and body are the object of envy amongst top actresses. Their accidental meeting, when Joo-won mistakes Ra-im for actress Park Chae-rin, marks the beginning of a tense, bickering relationship, through which Joo-won tries to hide a growing attraction to Ra-im that both confuses and disturbs him. To complicate matters further, a strange sequence of events results in them swapping bodies. Gong Ah-jung, a level 5 Ministry of Culture official, gets entangled in a web of lies when she mistakenly lies that she's married to Hyun Ki-jun, a noble hotel manager from a wealthy family. Their relationship is further complicated when Ki-jun's ex-fiancée and a close friend of his brother's, Oh Yoon-ju, reappears in his life. Kim then is the heir to Empire Group who has been sent to study abroad in the US. In reality, it's a form of exile, as his elder half-brother back home schemes to take over the family business. While in the States, Kim then meets Cha Eun-song, who arrived from Korea in search of her older sister. He feels himself falling for her, never realizing that she's the daughter of his family's housekeeper. When his fiancée Rachel Yu arrives to bring him back to Korea, his heart is torn between love and duty. Mi Young is a typical office clerk who is rather plain, somewhat awkward, and has her good nature taken advantage of by her co-workers on a daily basis. While on vacation, she accidentally spends one night with a stranger who happens to be handsome, charming, and rich. And her life will never be the same. This fateful encounter brings a love that transforms this not-so-special girl into an attractive, warm, lovable young lady. When a total eclipse of the sun takes place, Go Ha-jin is transported back in time to the start of the Goryeo dynasty of Korea during King Taejo's rule. She wakes up in the body of Hae-soo and finds herself living in the house of the 8th Prince Wang-wook, who is married to Hae-soo's cousin. She soon befriends several of the princes and meets the ostracized 4th prince, Wang-so. Although knowing she should not get involved in palace intrigues over the succession to the throne, she inadvertently becomes a pawn in the struggle, as several of the princes fall in love with her. Sung-moo, the father of cardiothoracic surgeon Oh Yeon-ju, mysteriously goes missing while writing the last chapter of his webtoon W. Yeon-ju goes to his office looking, but a hand from his monitor suddenly pulls her in, and she finds herself on the rooftop of a building, next to a bloodied man. She manages to save the person, only to realize that he is Kang Cheol, the main character of her father's webtoon. Yeon-ju later discovers she can only enter and leave the webtoon depending on Kang Cheol's feelings. Boon Ha-won is in the 3rd grade of high school. She hopes to become a teacher, which her late mother always wished for. Meanwhile, Ji-woon, Hyunmin and So-woo are spoiled cousins and live together in the mansion Sky House. With their different personalities. One day, their grandfather orders his 3 grandsons to attend his 5th wedding ceremony. Hyunmin doesn't want to go, but he hires Ha-won for 3 hours and takes her to his grandfather's wedding ceremony. His plan is to upstage his grandfather's wedding ceremony with the surprise appearance of Ha-won. There, the grandfather witnesses Ha-won's no-nonsense attitude towards Hyunmin and decides to hire her as a live-in butler at the Sky House. He hopes she is able to change the ways of his grandson. Kim Shin was once an unbeatable general in Goryeo military who died a tragic death. He now possesses immortality but is tired of living while everyone else around him dies. For 900 years, Kim Shin has searched for his bride, a mortal who can pull out the sword and end his life. One day, he encounters Ji-yoon Tak, a positive, upbeat high school student who can see the dead and has gone through tragic events, yet still stays strong. She claims to be the goblin's bride who can end his immortal life, but what appears to be an easy task only gets complicated as the two fall in love. Oh-soo is a man in his 20s and works as a promising engineer in the IT field, a cafe owner and a barista. He is smart, rich, and handsome. He plays Cupid for you men and women by using a mysterious pollen. Due to the pollen, he falls in love with So Yuri. She is also in her 20s and works as a police officer. She has a bright personality and supports her family by herself. The series revolves around the narcissistic Lee Young-jun, the vice president of a company run by his family. He is very self-absorbed and thinks highly of himself, so much that he barely acknowledges the people around him. Lee Young-jun has a capable and patient secretary Kim Mi-so who has remained by his side and worked diligently for 9 years without any romantic involvement. However, Mi-so now wants to set her life and focus on herself, so when she decides to resign from her job, hilarious misunderstandings ensue. After 9 years of their strictly workplace relationship, can it now develop in something more? Kang Tae-moo is the CEO of a company that his grandfather founded. One day, his grandfather informed him of an upcoming blind date that he set up for him by his grandfather. He decides to marry the next woman whom he meets on a blind date, so he won't be disturbed by his work anymore. That woman is Shin-hari, his employee at the company, but pretending to be Jin Young-so, who is a daughter of a chaebol family and also her best friend.